Get a little bit backwards.
Yeah, they did.
Maybe Mallory can help that out. Good evening and welcome to the West Bridgewater Board of Selectmen. This is Wednesday, November 1st, 2017. For those of you tuning in from home, thanks for watching. For those of us here in the audience, we remind you that this meeting is being recorded and it will be shown on local access as well as available on the internet. If you would please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and again, welcome and thanks for tuning in. First item on the agenda is the application for cordial license. Mallory?
Hello. So Epicure has filed for a cordials permit in addition to their beer and wine on premise. There was supposed to be a representative here today. I don't see them. So if they come in, they can do some talking, but everything's there. We were just awaiting a report from Chris Werner, our liquor license agent. I haven't received that yet, but they're a great business owner in town. Are you from Epicure?
Yes.
Okay, come on up. We're on you.
Perfect. Sorry.
That's all right. So they've filed and everything's in order, and we are just awaiting that report, but we don't have any problems with this business, so I don't foresee it to be a stall at any time.
Great.
But I will give you the floor to talk about the plans
Awesome.
for Epicure.
Great.
Hi,
How
welcome.
are you guys? Thank you. My name is Brett Sanchez, one of the partners over at Epicure. Super excited. We're open, so I was just running over in between. But so been doing great over the last year or so with the beer and wine license. Things have been good, but a lot of our customers have been kind of asking for a little more. So without going full liquor, we decided cordials would be good. We already do a lot of coffee drinks and cappuccinos. So being able to add that Bailey's Irish coffee or something in there for the client would be great. And then doing some seasonal cordial cocktails to go along. We're only looking to carry about 8 to 12 at any given time. So nothing too extensive, and just kind of switch it up throughout the season. So every 3 or 4 months or so, get a new selection kind of coming in. It's kind of the plan.
Very good. Mallory, how many cordial licenses will the town be able to issue?
There's no quota on
Oh.
that. They would
Okay.
just attach to, the only requirement is that you have a common victualler license.
But they would have to have a beer and wine at least, and then,
Yeah.
okay, great. Board have any questions?
No, seeing you're here there, but just identify yourself where you're located, for an audience, because this goes right out.
Was that? Oh yeah. So 320 West Center Street in West Bridgewater. So
You've been there how long?
just over a year.
Just a year. You're doing good.
It's been great. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
awesome.
We're across from Market Basket.
Yeah, just down the road a little bit. Yeah.
Nope, this is Epicure in the Howard Mark, in the...
Okay, all right.
Gladiators.
Yeah, oh, yeah. in the
Next to where
Gladiators.
Chili Head used to be, Malarkey's down.
Yeah,
And they're,
okay, just up the street.
Been there a number of times,
Yes.
run a great, very clean establishment, very busy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
early to
good.
get a seat,
Absolutely.
a very unique setting, and it's doing very, very well. Anthony, do you have any questions?
I do not. I'll make a motion to approve pending police department's review.
Motion
All right.
approved, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, oh, we have some input,
I have a question.
sure thing.
Right
Too
at it.
late? I mean, you moved.
No, no.
To a motion, right?
Well, we have discussion after motion, so
Oh,
that's
I'm sorry,
fine.
go right ahead.
Go ahead.
When you're ready for discussion.
I'm calling on you, sir.
My name is Fred Adams, I live on Brewster Road in West Bridgewater. My question is, the West Bridgewater, we voted, I believe, to approve the income, additional sales tax on a local basis.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering what level of income we receive from the establishment in front of you now?
We'd have to ask.
Specifically for the meals tax off them?
Yes,
I don't have that information handy, but I think everything goes right to the DOR if I'm
Yeah.
correct. I don't know if they parcel it off.
Goes to the Department of Revenue, then comes back to the tax
You have to-
office.
it doesn't come by establishment?
No, yes, the DOR will have those numbers, when they send the money to us. We don't collect it here,
I understand that.
yeah.
I was just wondering if we
I
had,
know collectively, because I looked at it today, it was 226,000 from the town for FY16.
Mhm.
So that's the most I have. from
Is there any
that.
projection, my question would be would there be a projection of additional income to the town for granting this kind of a license?
I
Can
don't
we
have
look at
it.
things like that?
I would hope that's additional income, depends on if it
So would
increases
I.
their business.
I beg your pardon?
Said I'd hope there'd be additional income as well.
their goal is obviously to increase their sales, so if sales increase, then taxes
How
increase.
many seats does this establishment have?
32. 32.
32? Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, Jesse's Liquor. Mallory?
Jesse's Liquor, this is a very simple, it requires a change at the ABCC, so it's coming before you first, and they're just changing beneficial interest, which is stock, and the two gentlemen are here. Apesh, would you
On the
like?
page, I'm the manager of Jesse Liquor, and my brother AJ Patel, he's all just moved from Canada to here. But we apply for his citizen, for the status, and has to have 50 over 51%. And we don't know, we applied, the Canadian attorney said has to be okay for 40%. Now we went to visa for him, he said, no, he has to have 51%. So we're just willing to make him to 51%, that's all, we're changing.
Right, there's
Everything saying
no-
same thing.
Right, there's no additional person.
Person, anything.
AJ was approved previously when they first came to town, so this is just transferring stock amongst the directors in the company.
Ellen, do you have any questions?
No.
Anthony?
No.
Motion to grant?
Second.
Okay, any further questions, discussion?
Where is this located?
Jesse's Liquors, across from Market Basket.
We have a bylaw in town that says when a business closes, the lights have to go off and the signs have to be off. And that's not true of this establishment, to the best of my knowledge. They don't turn off the liquor sign, and it stays on past, well into the night. And I don't think that the board should consider this until you've investigated their applying and, not applying, but adhering to the bylaw that's in place.
Okay, I don't think we've received any complaints prior to today, so,
I was unaware of that, so if you would please just
Yeah, we
turn
do
off
it,
the
but what
sign.
happens, sometimes we leave the light outside for police requirement. Like somebody broke it, and we have an outside camera, but they are not, all cover all things, so that's why we're putting in, so we can see the space, somebody came nighttime, am I right? That's why we leave the outside on at nighttime, and
I think he's talking about the sign, really.
Yeah, clarification, you mean like in the window it says Bud Light or something?
Could you tell me who you are, please?
I'm Mallory Aronson, I'm sorry, I'm the assistant town administrator, and I do licensing for the town.
Okay.
So I'm just looking for clarification.
The
You
great big
mean,
sign up top?
like their names, like
Does it
Jesse's
say
Liquors?
liquors on top?
yeah,
Jesse's
liquor's on the
Liquors?
top.
That was on the other, I very seldom come home late at night, but it was on the other night again. Do you know what time your lights go off, your signs?
We never, because for safety reason, we leave it on.
You can't, it's against the law, it's against the bylaw here.
Okay, I will look at it then, and if it's against the law, I will.
We'll pass it on to the
When we
building
close-
inspector.
After we close, we're gonna put the timer, they will be closed.
Okay, we'll talk, have the building inspector.
Yeah, I will have the bid, and whoever put the sign, I'm not, this place almost, I just bought it like 3 months ago. So who the previous owner, his light should be on, so I will check with
Both,
him.
We'll,
both Dunkin' Donuts are both are same lights.
Same light, though.
Okay.
And I will check with the building landlord and ask him where is the light, and I will off up, when we are off, close my store, I will off that, it's no problem.
When 106 was developed, I went to all the planning board meetings. I attended most of the meetings on lighting. Signs are my thing. I don't like them. I don't like light pollution. I don't want 106 to look like Route 1 in Sawdust. That's been one of my things. When Tedeschi's is coming before the ZBA next week, when that was approved, the planning board specifically said those lights will be extinguished at the close of business. Since the new people have taken it over, the lights on all those pumps are on all the time. Okay, so the problem you have here is who enforces these rules.
Well, it would have to be
It's
reported
approved.
to the building inspector, and the building inspector would enforce it.
Correct. But someone should be looking out for the enforcement of the bylaws of the town. It shouldn't take a citizen to have to say, that sign's illegal, this one's wrong.
Takes a
All-
village, sir. Takes a
sorry?
village. Takes a village.
It does. But my point is, the three of you should be looking for them as well. Okay?
You'll see me
Maybe-
climbing up telephone poles, taking illegal signs down.
I'm sorry?
I said, you'll be able to see me climbing up telephone poles, taking illegal signs down. I do it all the time.
there are many out there, okay? That's what I'm requesting, okay?
Okay, as I said, we'll pass it on to the building inspector, and he'll meet with them and do some enforcement.
Thank you.
All right, any further questions?
No.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Appointments, oh, it's a little bit early. All right, we'll move on to potential fire chief appointment. David?
Yep, so,
Thank you.
Take care.
We'll talk to the building.
so Mr. Chairman, the fire chief interview panel met. They have recommended two candidates. Kenneth May, who is currently our deputy chief, along with a deputy chief from Wareham, Mr. Haskell. However, Mr. Haskell has strep throat, so I spoke to him earlier today. He has requested that he comes before you at your next meeting to do his interview. I thought that was fair and reasonable. So I'm asking the board, in reference to your fire chief appointment and the interviews, we will just table it until next meeting.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Pin Center quote?
One of your ideas, Mr. Chairman, is that you thought that we should have some type of an appreciation for all elected officials in town. Mallory has done some research, and we've come across a vendor that for relatively inexpensive money per pin, we would be able to have pins available in, I think, I concur with you. I like the idea that you have a new elected official in town, you bring them to a Board of Selectmen meeting, you can do a pinning ceremony, or whatever the case might be. So I put on the agenda because I know it was something that the board wanted, and I just thought that it made sense for you guys to have that discussion.
This kind of coincides with our, kind of an orientation for elected leaders, and along with our appointed officials when they get their packets explaining their legal responsibilities and obligations and commitments. This would be a nice little token as they start their service as an elected official in town. Okay, thank you. Rock Salt Contract Award.
Yep, so as you know, we go out to bid every single year for our rock salt. I'm very happy with the price. It came in at $57 per ton. It's normally been in the past in the 70s, and 1 year is even higher than that. I think it just goes to show supply and demand. Last year, the winter wasn't as terrible as it had been the previous year, so the prices have just come down. So on an annual basis, you have to award it, and so I'm asking you to award it to the winning vendor, which is Rock Salt of Lead Salt in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts.
Is this what you actually expect? 2,500, is that tons or yards, whatever it is?
Tons. So
Is that what you expect, 150 grand?
that's what our historical usage is. Again, depending on the season,
Yeah.
it's variable.
Yeah.
Are we still buying off season now, too, to get a better deal on stockpiling over there?
Yeah, so what's interesting is that we stockpiled at the end of last year, because the previous year, everybody had run out. So we have a decent amount of salt, so we won't be ordering salt in the short term, but when we do order it, this would be the price per ton.
And it has to be within a period of time for any type of reimbursement and to be spent out of that account, right?
Correct, that's up until May
Can't really
1st.
buy in the summertime.
That is correct.
Any further questions? Okay, do I have a motion to accept the bid?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Act on Mary's resignation from the ADA Committee.
Yep, so you have a letter before you. We were informed by the ADA committee last time that the letter would be forthcoming, and the letter is before you now.
Okay, acknowledge that and send a letter of thanks.
Second.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Approve confidential secretary's request to act on behalf of parking clerk for hearings.
So by statute, you can designate someone to hold hearings with individuals who have not paid a ticket, and they're entitled to come in and appeal it. So I'm just asking for the authority to hold the meetings on your behalf.
How do you feel about that, Jerry? You're the park clerk?
If I can't be here, that'll be great.
Okay.
It's, I don't think we have too many of them. Very, very seldom do they actually ever come through. And it'd be great as a convenience for the residents if they have a second option.
All right. No other discussion. I'll make a motion to honor the request.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Site plan review, new commercial building, 1 Manley Street.
So this is a proposed, I believe it's 73,000 square foot facility that is located on 5 Manley Street, mostly wooded. So if you were to drive down Manley Street, coming from Route 106, Wendy's is on your left, there's a plaza on your right. Shortly thereafter, on the left-hand side is the water department's well, and directly across is a wooded area. There was a permit approved in 2007 from the planning board, and so now what they're looking to do is to actually build their building. The reason it's going before the planning board, it's in the industrial center. It's an office warehouse, so they actually get it by right. However, it's in the water resource protection zone, therefore requiring a special permit before the planning board.
Well, we always send our token thoughts, making sure it's aesthetically pleasing, that the, obviously, and that they take into consideration the neighbors there.
Do you have an idea of,
Yeah, the usual bin there at the entrance there too, and it's certainly of the full view.
do you have an idea of how wide the lot is, how much they'll have on Manley Street? Any idea? I don't know if it's in here or not. I was just thinking sidewalks. I know Jerry's been a big advocate of that, and I see people walking up and down that street all the time, and it's like a 50-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah, we could certainly pass the comments on to the planning board to request sidewalks. My understanding from looking at the sketch is that if you're driving down Manley Street, there's the well center on the left, the water department's well on the left. On the right-hand side directly is a plaza, there's a parking lot, and it's not the immediate wooded area, but the wooded area behind it that's going to be developed. So obviously, you're going to have some type of a roadway, a parking lot to go into it. But yeah, by all means.
So it might just be an access road, it might not be
Correct.
right on Manley.
Correct, because I don't have a full set of all the sketches, and even if I did, I'm not as adept at it as Hugh is, but if you guys want to make sure it's included in the comments, we'll certainly include them in the comments.
Okay, anything else? Okay, motion to pass those concerns on.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Accept the meeting minutes of October 18th, 2017. This is just for review.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Approve the meeting minutes of October 4th, 2017.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Appoint Mark Churchill to the Cable Television Advisory Committee. David, has this been presented to that committee?
It has, they've already reviewed it, approved their recommendation, forwarded it to you.
Though we normally ask applicants to come in to meet with the board. Mark is, I believe, known to us all, so that's not required. Do I have a motion?
Got a motion to approve this.
Second.
Mrs. Churchill?
Any other issues, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Communications and reports from boards, commissions, and town officials. We have none on the docket.
I'd just like to say something there, though. You go up Crescent Street, left turn, 106. Very bad situation up there. I got another complaint this week there. Something can be done, and right turn only there. I talked to Dave this week about it, and he's gonna get back to me there. I think that has to be done. I mean, it's very, very narrow to come in there, and if you don't know if you're gonna get hit head on there, and that's very bad to have that traffic go out left there. And you can't see the one that's on the right lane going east. I'd like to see a no left turn there.
This is at Honeydew Donuts?
Yeah, right in the
So
corner.
problem with that is it would push everyone to, is it High Street? It would push everyone down that side road and create a ton of traffic down there because everyone would go out that way.
I don't know about that, but further on down there, where West Street comes into, at least there's, ample room there. But when you come in for that left turn going east, I mean, that's very, very narrow, and there's been accidents there and accidents there. This lady works over our post office, and she's the one that told me, she comes from East, and she says, that's a mess, just about every day. It holds up everything there, 'cause they can't get out. And when they get out, you just wait so long, and then they go, and then you...
Yeah, same with across the street, Lincoln Street.
Yeah, I know, because of the development down there, we always said we're gonna do something about that area, but, I don't know, and I know the land, behind the Shell gas station is still, I guess, a topic there too, and it's still up for sale. And of course, now you got, more that's gonna be coming up from, the flowers there, that, is now, I don't know what's gonna be, condos down there, down in...
6 duplexes is what's...
6 duplexes, so you're gonna get more. You're gonna have to do something at that intersection there. I don't know if we give this which I'm on, the Old Colony Planning Council for further studies, or...
Well, why don't we reach out to Old Colony and see if they can give us an opinion along with the DPW, see if they have an opinion on that intersection of ways to improve it. And we can report back to that at a future meeting.
Will do.
Yeah, it's something like that. You gotta get it on the docket. It takes so dang long to do something. And you see what was going on down there in 106, in East Street there. We did appropriate the money for the engineering, and now, I think we talked $200,000 there for a light there now. You told me the other day that it's gonna cost over $400 and something thousand for a traffic light. And I noticed that light they have, that blinker there, got hit again last week, and they, if we do anything down there, it better be overhead lights, because if it's on the ground down there, they just knock them down.
That is true. Thank you, Elton. The town clerk has asked that I inform you that the 2018 transfer station stickers are now available. They're $85. They're available at the town clerk's office. You can also send the town clerk through the mail with the payment and a self-addressed return stamped envelope along with a copy of your registration, and the dump sticker will be sent to you. Again, it's $85, and if you have further questions, you can contact the town clerk's office at 894-1200, and they'd be happy to help you with that.
I just think why it gets your attention, I'd like to say something else too. In fact, Mary and I were discussing something about looking for a building permit, and she thought, and I thought too, that we were online, that you could just file online. Now, you do have to come here to get your permit, and also, it's the same thing with the water department, and she always thought that we were online there. For, I don't know, reason, maybe we're talking to the water department, a reason why, and the building department, why this hasn't been done. So I run into that this week, because I got a permit on my house up there, and the builder had to come up and, or a roof, had to come up and pick it up.
All right. Thank you. Just want to announce, under public comment period, I'd like to announce that very happily that Billy Cavadas has been selected of Citizen of the Year for the town of West Bridgewater. This is a long-time program, been sponsored by the Rotary Club of the Bridgewaters. On Monday, November 13th, in East Bridgewater at the Satcham Rock Center, Billy will be recognized at 7 p.m. If people wish to attend, it's $20, and that's to benefit the Rotary Club. And we do have some tickets available in the Selectman's office or through any member of the Bridgewater's Rotary Club. Is there anything else to public comment period? Okay, we're gonna back up. No?
Am I under the impression that you approved the transfer of the license
Correct.
without looking into the violations of the existing bylaws?
We said that's going to the building department.
So you didn't, you just approved it, right? I
Correct.
just want to be correct in
Correct.
my interpretation of what happened.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, act on the resignation of the Assistant Town Administrator.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm here before you to officially resign from my post as Assistant Town Administrator.
Yeah, right.
As you know, I have accepted a position with the town of Dayton as their town administrator. It is bittersweet. I'm very excited for that opportunity, but leaving West Bridgewater behind is a big deal for me. So I just thank you for all the support, the development,
the development under David, and I think this community is just the bee's knees. I love this town, and I am happy to have had my great start in municipal government here, so thank you.
Eldon?
Well, I just say you sort of kind of, anything that we ever signed you to do, and you've done it. And you've done it well, and when I get interviewed by an outside firm that's, looking into your background and everything, the only thing I can say about it is positive. In fact, I says afterwards, Jesus, I'm making statements, I says, and I'm not, he's not even asking me questions, you know what I mean? No, it's been a good reign, and I want to wish you all the luck in the world here,
Thank you.
You do a great job, and Dayton is going to get a great person.
Thank you.
Anthony?
Sad to see you go, but great opportunity and completely understand why.
Thank you.
I think that it shows something about David and Beth and other people that have been here, although I've only been here for a year, so I can't take any credit, but I appreciate the help that I've received from you for the past year and a half. And
Thank you.
best of luck.
Well, Mallory.
I don't even have any tissues over
Very,
here.
very sad to see you leave. And you've been here since I've been here, and just about. We started just about the same time. So it's very sad, but I know this is your dream, and no one can fault you for chasing your dreams. But I do have a few small gifts for you to take with you. Now, just as you want to make sure that you're a good fit for Dayton, and they want to make sure you're a good fit, I also wanted to make sure. So I drove down to Dayton, and I stopped at their gift shop, which maybe you don't even know Dayton has a gift shop, so I picked up a few things for you. First thing I picked up was this Dayton t-shirt. It's pretty incredible, because the town's pretty incredible over there. And the t-shirt says Dayton. It's not West Bridgewater, but still pretty nice. So they really have things going well.
I
in
love
Dayton.
that.
They really know their position. So I'd like to give that to you.
Thank you.
But wait a minute now, he doesn't stop there. There was two shirts I was torn between. And Dayton, great sports programs and everything there, so I got you a baseball jersey from Dayton. Again, those people are very smart over in Dayton, and I guess this is their slogan. Dayton, the second best little town in Massachusetts. And I had to get that one for you. It was
toss-up.
tough to decide which one. Mallory came to West Bridgewater with a lot of experience from the State House and a lot of knowledge of our little town. But one thing she wasn't aware of is Selectman Maloney graduated in the class of 1974. And here's some proof that Selectman Maloney, 1974. I was born in 1972, Mallory.
Okay.
I graduated in 1991. When Mallory first started and Nancy first got on the board, Nancy was talking about going to high school, and Mallory said, well, Jerry graduated well before you. In fact, I was only born 2 years before Nancy became a graduate.
It's a little bag of tricks
I don't
over
think there
here.
was much I could teach you as a selectman to administrator and the numerous positions you held. But one thing I think I did teach you is to see the gray. Quite often, Mallory, you were very black and white. And just when you go to
Yes.
Dayton, I want you to remember to always see gray. So these are for you.
Thank you.
In addition to that, I think you've really proven yourself and you've always thought outside the box. This box is sealed. You can't get in it. There's stuff in it. You can't get in there. It's nailed, it's glued, and it's welded shut. I'm giving you this box so you always remember to think outside the box. And there's some inspirational sayings around it,
I love
along with a picture of a very handsome selectman. Now, one thing, Mallory, is a lot of times when you first started,
Oh, what is?
sometimes you would tell me we can't do that, or I don't know if we can do that. Well, this is some yes you.
Oh my God!
This is a yes you can. And this is for you to take to Dayton. And just to always remember, there's nothing you can't do.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
So that is for
This
you.
is amazing. Thank you.
And that's all I have. But you've been an incredible, well, you know I love our little town seal. So it is underneath there. You've been an incredible inspiration to us, to me. It's been wonderful having you here, and I really wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
They did call for a reference today, and he asked me, what can you say bad about Mallory? And I said, other than her drug addiction, her excessive drinking, and always calling in sick,
Don't put that.
there's not a bad thing I can say about her. And then, of course, I told him there's not a bad thing I can say about her, and that I did tell him that I've watched their meetings to make sure they're a good fit. Ironically, Berkeley, not too far from here. We're very similar in size. The town selectman is made up of a older member, a middle-aged, very handsome member, and a younger member. The town is also represented by the same council, and they also have a very handsome gay selectman in Berkeley, just like this town here. So you're gonna feel
Do you
very
mean Dayton?
Dayton, I'm sorry, I said Berkeley, Dayton. So you're gonna feel very much at home there, and I
Absolutely.
truly wish you the best of luck, and I hope our little mementos
Thank
will
you. Well, this is
travel
amazing.
with you, and you'll remember us forever, because West Bridgewater is a better place thanks to you.
Well, thank you very much. And I think I'm better for it, for working here, meeting everybody here, the whole team, the residents. The send-off, I guess, they're giving is overwhelming and unbelievable. And I'm thrilled to have been a part of this. I should say, I forgot to say, my last official day is November 29th, but I'll be here until the 17th. There are some things I want to finish up, including a very special dog park. So those that are wondering what will happen to that, I am still very much committed to bringing a dog park to West Bridgewater. And I just thank you over and above.
Our iconic First Church of West Bridgewater, symbol of our town. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Where
you,
does
Mallory.
this come from? I love this. Well, thank you.
Do I have a motion to accept with an email of thanks? Mallory, could you write that up?
I would like a ribbon and a
Ribbon?
seal.
All right. Do I have a motion
color?
to accept the resignation effective on the
29.
29th?
I'll make a motion with sadness.
With sadness, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for this.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Move all my belongings to my seat.
All right, do we, I don't think we have anyone coming in for Riverbend. We have Johnson Management Company. It's on the appointment, on the schedule for 8 o'clock. Is there any reason we can't move? Okay, welcome. And we have Jason, who runs Johnson Management Company. For those of you that are not familiar with that company, they manage our golf course here in town. And you have the floor.
Thank you. Jason Larry, Johnson Golf, Harwich, Mass. And just looking to get approval from the board to a name change at Riverbend. I know when we were going through the process early on and throughout, as well as at the closure, there was some interest on the town side to kind of put the final stamp of approval on the project with the possibility of a name change, and we kind of tabled that early on to bring it up for discussion for the future, and the future is essentially now. So I move before the board to recommend a name change from Riverbend Country Club to West Bridgewater Country Club, which will hopefully allow the taxpayers and the residents of the town to identify more closely with the golf course, and let it really become officially part of the community in name as well as in title and property.
Very good. Exciting move for me. I've wanted it from day one, so I'm happy you're bringing it to us. Does the board have any questions?
No, I think that's great. I mean, I hope it
Oh, I
brings
think it's
even
great.
more success.
Great move.
David, is there anything legally we have to do other than take the vote? I know it was in the contract, the selectmen had the right to approve a name change.
That's correct.
Okay. So it's with great pleasure I ask for a motion to officially change the name of, do we have a start date?
We don't have an official start date, hopefully early spring. I know there's, we'll get to work on changing the scorecards, signs, et cetera.
And your liquor license. So just when
And
it's
liquor license,
official.
when we do the reapplication, the liquor license will be due, but,
She doesn't work here anymore, don't worry about her.
so we'll make sure that that is appropriate. But our goal is for, when we reopen in the spring, that the
Awesome.
the
So-
name will be official.
Very good. Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
I don't see you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, town administrators report, David.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, first before you is a request to use our gazebo in the parking lot for a gentleman in town who's looking to hold a vigil this Sunday. I've already approved it, and pursuant to the policy that's before your board, just for your review in FYI.
Okay, thank you.
Next on the agenda is a notification from Mass DOT. Apparently, Mass DOT, starting today, is going to spend the next 9 months, supposedly, allegedly, working on all of the signs in town. The Mass DOT owns. They'll be switching them out, making sure that all the signs meet the latest code with the reflector material. So again, just an FYI to the board and to an FYI to the residents. Since they will be out there, I'm sure that there'll be police details, they'll be in the shoulder, there'll probably be some traffic congestion. But again, just an FYI to the board and to the residents that are listening.
Thank you.
And the last one I placed this on because we just had our town meeting this past week. I thought that we accomplished a lot of good things. We were able to secure the necessary tools for our highway department. We were able to...
What department?
I'm so sorry, our Public Works Department. You're absolutely correct. And at the exact same time, after multiple years of trying, we're now going to have a formal 9/11 Memorial Park. And we also got funding, or received funding, so that way we can restore and refurbish our plaques in World War Memorial Park in reference to the previous wars and honor those people from West Bridgewater. As you know, at the end of the meeting, there were some accusations made that were certainly inappropriate, and I just wanted to spend 30 seconds to go over it. I've put before you a chronology of events that on September 8th, myself, along with the Assistant Town Administrator, we held a department head meeting. Department heads were in attendance, including from the Water Department. We informed everybody we'd have a special town meeting, and that was 12 days before the Board of Selectmen actually opened the warrant. You then opened the warrant on September 20th. You didn't close it till September 29th. That provided all of those people that were in attendance 3 full weeks to be able to get their warrant articles in. And then I received an email after the posting date on October 3rd from the water superintendent looking to put articles on. My email back to him was pretty empathetic. It said, unfortunately, it's late. However, is this something that's really important? Because if so, the inference was, let me know if there's something that we can do. As you know, the Board of Selectmen always has the authority and the ability to be able to call a special town meeting, but that also means that you can amend a special town meeting's date if you're so moved to do so. We never received that request. I was never informed that any of these warrant articles were that pressing. I never received anything back from the Water Department after that initial email of October 3rd. I've never received anything from the water superintendent or any of the respective board members saying that it was important for them to be on the agenda. I presume if it was that important, I would have received the information and or the fact that you guys met on October 4th and on October 18th, that a request could have been formally made, presented directly to you, to the board, to make those changes. You are all three fully aware that those changes never came before you. So I think that it was unfortunate the accusations were made. And again, not that I thought that anybody really took this seriously, but just in case they did, there was certainly no comment ever made that if we had to call another special town meeting, that a specific department was going to have to pay for it. If that comment was true, then this one here, we would have requested funding from the Public Works Department, since we called it for them to be able to purchase 2 trucks. And for the record, they are not paying for it, nor have we requested that they pay for it. And so therefore, we wouldn't do that for any other department. If somebody else needs to place a couple of warrant articles because it's pressing, then all they have to do is contact me in the office. We'll certainly present it back before the board. We can always call another special town meeting in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I'd just like to, I apologize for not giving you an opportunity at town meeting to defend the position. Personnel management at town meetings, not the right not the right place or time. I understand Mr. Parks may have, or didn't get the warrant articles to us in time. Things happen, and by all means, there's no reflection on Wayne's performance. It was a mistake. And I apologize that you were ridiculed at that meeting. It was inappropriate, and on behalf of the board and the residents, I apologize to you. I think you do a spectacular job for the town. As I've stated a number of times, even if that was said, it's just not the time, not the place, and it was unprofessional. So on behalf of the board, I apologize for taking that abuse at the town meeting.
No, thank you, but there's only one person that owes the apology. It's not you and it's not this board.
Anything else to come before the board in open session? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to enter into executive session, not to return to open session for the purpose of conducting strategy sessions for a non-union personnel, specifically the assistant vehicle maintenance superintendent. Roll call vote.
Or yes.
Kinahan, yes.
Lawrence, yes. Good night. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
Like the greatest touch. Did you think of one of signs, like they come off for executive session, right? What is the?
Yeah, no, they should come off.
Thank you very much. I'm still around for a couple of weeks.
Even don't take them down.
It doesn't matter, but.
Oh, don't take them down?
It's okay, no, it's totally fine. I'm just talking about in the future. Because it would only be, executive session would only be us. And that was